And it's difficult to be the last speaker in any session, but I'll just try to rush through as much as possible and try to convey what I've come here to convey. Just a brief overview of how this all started, and it's sometimes gratifying to know that we're not the only people who are kind of discontented with the state of affairs. It's the same everywhere. It's a global phenomenon, and that has actually started with e-governance. Right from 1964 to 97, when Harvard project measured the satisfaction levels, they found that the satisfaction level has come down to 25% from 75%. And not only with the government, but also with any big institution. So basically, it's just people's expectations are rising, and e-governance was inevitable to meet those challenges. And what I would like to say is, even now, some e-governance is somehow associated with broadband, broad access to broadband. Even though e-governance is much more larger than broadband, but in rural areas, it's assumed that these applications already exist in the cloud, and broadband brings them to the rural areas, to the panchayats and everything. Even as recently in the stimulus plan of President Obama, rural broadband was the focus, and wherein they were saying that rural broadband will enhance the quality of e-governance and the quality of life people expected. So this is, I'll just skip through this. It's just, we know that from the experts in the previous panels and all that, it's just not mere IT service delivery. It's whole rearranging the whole processes. We have in the railways experiences quite a long time back, and we have seen how to go about it. We have this passenger reservation system, the national train inquiry system, freight operation information system, the internet ticketing, 139. And all these have been very popular with the people. Anybody would say that the ticketing has really transformed. If people have bought tickets 15, 20 years back or even later than that, they would know what a hassle it is to book a ticket to Delhi. But everything was changed. The whole business process was rearranged, as you can see, into the departments. We removed the intermediaries. We bought the system. We made the customer the focus, and the whole system was arranged along with the customer in focus. And there you could see the results. We had to work on all the three platforms, where we had to work with people's expectations. We had to work around the work practices. We had to re-engineer the work practices, and of course the technology. And we have to remember and really gratefully thank the people who designed our reservation systems. It's a good long time. It's scaled beautifully, and it still delivers without any problem. So what is the outcome of our experiments with e-governance? We have 200 million passenger reservations a year. It's one of the highest in the world. We handle 7,000 trains. The internet reservation is very popular. It's the fastest growing in Southeast Asia. We have extended UTS, IVRS to almost every station in this country now. We have single window delivery service delivery. You don't have to go to multiple counters to do when you want to demand a service from the railways. We have very low transaction cost. And equity information delivery has no discretion. We remove middlemen out. And now we'll come to what is RailTel's approach to e-governance. We have been working very closely with the national government and the central government, and the National Knowledge Network is one of our key projects. We have participated very aggressively with building the core network and the distribution network. And now to support the rollout of the same and to reach the masses, we are now going to roll out a nationwide broadband rollout on PPP model. The stations which are there every 10 kilometers along the railway track can also be used as citizen service centers. We can supporting e-governance, e-learning, e-health, infotainment. Everybody who use those rural stations know that it is almost in the heart of the village, a small town. It has access. It is a safe place. It has connectivity now. This is the the core network and the distribution network of the NIC. And this is a mapping. It is a station of Fatehganj station, wherein when if you map along the thing with the GIS, we see if you take a 20-kilometer radius, we can cover up to about 1.3 lakh panchayats. And if you take a 40-kilometer radius, we can do 2.2 lakh panchayats. It's a very significant amount of the overall panchayats in the country. So the RailTel is very, very strongly positioned to serve the e-governance mission of the country. This is our PPP broadband rollout plan. Our aim is to cover about 20 million subscribers, mostly in Tier 2, Tier 3 and rural areas, and support the government's ambition of achieving 200 million broadband users. Broadband shall cover stations, trains, areas around stations, around 20-kilometer radius, which is a typical wireless WiMAX station radius. And this is being done by a public-private partnership, wherein the private partners will invest in the capex and build applications to utilize it fully. And actually, I think this already people have seen this, that we know that because when we connect our stations which are in remote places, there are very fundamental challenges for taking ICT there, and power is a challenge. We need very simple technology. If you see our PRS, which has been working so well, it's just a simple dummy terminal. There's no complexity there. There is no way anything can get affected. All the complexity is moved to the servers. And ironically, actually, after 25 years, we are still going back to the same model. So I think that's what works. And e-governance application should reside in the cloud. The complexity should reside away from the touch points, and the touch points be kept as simple as possible. So what is our public-private partnership rollout strategy? See, we have this IP cloud across the city, across the whole country. I mean, we touch the remote parts of the country. We have all more than 40,000 kilometers of fiber. Our plan is to build a content delivery network along with our IP cloud. We will have small caching data centers and some major data centers in the regions. This will be umbilically connected to the National Knowledge Network, which is a very high-speed network. And so we think that this network will be able to distribute and take this NKN services to remote corners through the PPP model. How are we going to do it? So once we have this arrangement, we want to leverage the expertise available in the IT industry. We will partner managed services leaders in the country, who will take care of different regions, who provide all kind of OSS, BSS, CRM, and managed services, application services. And then we want to leverage the entrepreneurial skill of millions of people, like what Mr. Huda was saying. We have a village computer entrepreneur. The village computer entrepreneur, I can imagine, can also start the next work. He can probably string an optic fiber, which is very easily available, from the nearby station and take it to his village or nearby a few other villages and maintain it. And so you have high-speed broadband taken to the villages, and he also maintains them. The complexity of handling the broadband, managing broadband, is taken care by RailTel and the managed service provider. Further details about the PPP model, there you can see different colors where we have different managed service providers who are providing the services. We have different touch points which will roll out using different technologies. Like what we say is once you have a properly designed framework for manageability, then we can be access agnostic completely. We can handle any technology which is suitable for that particular place. We don't say any particular technology is right for all the places. There are expensive technologies, technology which considered gone but are very valid in certain places. We have to leverage the cable infrastructure which is available in rural India. It will be surprising to know that even though we have just 5 million broadband homes, we have more than 100 million cable homes. And somehow, because of the disorganized areas nature of the industry, the capacity is not being utilized for these applications. We believe with the PPP model, RailTel will be able to leverage this infrastructure. More details on how we can deliver the same from the NKN and how we can reach the remote villages. And why PPP model is the way forward to go. Because basically we want to leverage the technology and maturity of the IT industry to provide managed services efficiently. We know that the big IT powerhouses in the country who have made a name for themselves globally have been doing this for years, actually for Western economies. And we can leverage that expertise and to deliver the same here. We can leverage the local knowledge and sometimes cable infrastructure and other entrepreneurial energies, like how Mr. Huda said. You don't need, it's not rocket science for them to deliver a broadband if everything is managed and taken care. They can be trained to just maintain the fiber or maintain the radio there remotely. And every small village or small town can have hundreds of entrepreneurs who will run their own network. And we can support them. Because the entrepreneur is expected to invest, he will definitely take care of it. We think we'll be able to deliver much better availability. And that is, this kind of mix is the right way to approach rural broadband. And this model is more ideal to move e-governance to the cloud model also, we think so. So I met my timelines, I hope.
It was very nice.